image. We add image in our database, in our block. I will drop database block 1. Semicolon. Drop database block 1. Now I'm going to create new database block 1. In a text editor, I coded this code, this script. Create database block 1. It is SQL script, semicolon. Use block 1, semicolon. Create table menu, in brackets, columns of table. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. First columns, menu underscore ID, data type, int, integer, auto increment, auto underscore increment, primary key. Second column is heading, data type varchar, 100 letters place. Third column is content, type of data text, columns published, type of data date, column pick, type of data varchar, 100 letter space. Engine equal InnoDB, default charset equal U2F8. Insert into, table menu, columns heading, content, published, a pick. There is no column menu ID here. There is no column because it is auto increment. Primary key. Primary key means unique value for that row in table. It is unrepeat value. Auto increment means automatically insert integer, 1, 2, 3, etc. Values, again, is in brackets and under quote because it is strings. Post 1, it is heading of our blog, text of blog, date, and picture, 1.png. Again, insert into menu, heading, value, post 2, text, date, and 2.png. And like that 10 times. I insert here 10 times 10 picture. 10.png and post 10. Now I'm going to select all script, Control A, and I must copy it with the mouse. Copy. Not Control S, but strictly with mouse. Because I can only with mouse paste it in my SQL monitor. Start. CMD, enter, and we have open command line. In command line, I'm going to MySQL monitor. CD C backslash semicolon columns backslash XAMPP backslash MySQL backslash bin. It is path to MySQL monitor. Enter. Now I communicate with monitor. MySQL minus U, it is argument for user. User is root. Enter. And welcome to MariaDB monitor. It is MySQL monitor. And we are now in command line in connection with MariaDB MariaDB monitor. It is equal MySQL monitor. And now with mouse, I click right click, paste. And all is query OK, one row affected, etc., etc. You look at it is query OK. This is creation of database. After that, insert, insert, insert. And we have our database block 1. For example, I can now test some command. For example, it is SQL command, show tables. Show tables. It is only one table. Name of tables is menu. Show all tables with content of tables. Select all from menu. Semicolon. and we look at, we have menu ID, heading, content, published, pick. 1, 2, 3, 10 row. We have database block 1, and now I'm going to see and correct some script in index.php. Index.php, there is a doc type for HTML. It is declaration for HTML5, HTML tag for beginning of HTML document, head section, HTML tag, head section. It is head section. In head section, we have title, we have a link to style, CSS, a link to Google Font, and the meta name equal viewport. Viewport, it is for display in smaller screens like mobile, correct display. In section body, we have div container, class container, div class grid2, and the delimiter of PHP. Start means we are starting PHP script, our PHP program. Define, it is function, PHP function define for define function for argument what we need to connect to our database block 1. And now we have if else structure. If in heading of if we have function iset and the brackets $_get. It is super globals. In square brackets, menu ID. Menu ID is a variable in web address. When we click on a link in address, in web address, will be this variable. If that variable exists, $menu ID, variable $menu ID, equal $get menu ID, equal that value what was in global object menu ID. Else print nothing. $link equal MySQLi _connect for constant for connect to our database block 1. $SQL equal select all from menu. $result is MySQLi _query $link $SQL. It means that in variable $result we have all table with content, table menu. And now that content of table we want to write in div. Because of that, print div class equal grid 1, print link to home page, print HTML UL, and loop. Loop, in heading of loop in brackets we have temporary variable $row equal MySQLi underscore fetch underscore assoc in brackets $results. It is $results. It is complete table menu. In body of loop while, inside the curly brackets, we have print HTML li and print link. Link, it is link for every row in tables. And now print HTML tag UL, closing, print closing div, and print new div, print div class equal grid 1. And now again, if structure. If exclamation mark means no, ne. If no exists, no is set, menu ID, print home page, print blah 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 contents of home page content of home page. It is content not from database. It is type here. Else, what mean if menu ID exists, $menu ID if exists, yes. Now we create variable equal select all from menu where menu ID equal $menu ID. $result is always MySQL underscore query in brackets $link $SQL, and again loop while temporary variable. Temporary means that that variable live only inside curly brackets, only here. It is local variables. A print image, brackets imj is HTML tag for image, src equal images slash, it is finished of quote, concatenate operator is dot. Concatenation is merge strings, merging strings. Again, we have $row pic. It is would be name of picture 1 dot png 2 dot png, etc. And here is string, closing brackets, single quote of that, and double quote around that string, semicolon in the end. Print again concatenation operator. It is concatenation strings h1 with $row heading and print $row content. It means we will have a image top, heading, post heading, and content of that post. Here is a closed bracket. It is a curly bracket of loop while, and it is curly bracket of else. Closing delimiter of PHP, closing div, and closing div container, closing body and closing HTML. Style CSS, body is element, HTML element. Here is properties: font family, font weight, font size, color, background color. Dot grid 1 is class. I calculate, here is comment, calculate it in percent, because it is important for responsive web design. Also font size, 1 EM. 1 EM is important for responsive web design. Grid 2 is 100%, grid 1 50%, grid 1, grid 2 float left, display block. Container width 90%, max width 800 pixel, padding 4%, 0 margin auto. Max width 800 pixels means it will be on the screen with width bigger than 800 pixels. On the screen smaller than 800 pixels, width will be 90% of screen. Image max width 100%. H1 font size also in EM. Line height, font weight, letter spacing, color. H2, A column link, A column visited, A column hover, and A column active. It is for attribute, for properties, for link. UL, HTML element, list style type none, means there is no numbers, there is no other sign in list. Media screen means after max width 705 pixels, grid 1, grid 2 width will have width 100%. It means that we on the mobile see div after div in one columns. All divs would be in one columns. When we have a web address like this, our web page is like this. When we click on, for example, link post 3, we have post 3 and picture and content of post 3. And address is like this. We see address is index.php question mark variable menu ID equal 3. When I click post 7, menu ID is post 7. When I click post 10, menu ID is post 10. When I click on home, it is only index.php without question mark. Post 2, again question mark menu ID. And we see that in this blog we have two possible event, two visualization, two image of our blog. It is one when we click on home page, and the other is for any post, Web address control our event on a website. If not is set, if there is no menu ID in web address, print home page and content. Else, print post. Else, print post.